the fact that he was having a disagreement, well, the fact that it was an Xbox controller. He denied shooting him, but he did tell us that he wanted to hurt him. I spoke to the family, and they were relieved that he's off the street. Going to get some resolution by bringing it to court. When I was a kid, if somebody borrowed something from you and they refused to return it, I mean, maybe that's fine, maybe, but to resort to taking a gun and shooting somebody multiple times, I can't fathom that.
Life with Norman is fun and full of adventure. He just started to slow down a little bit on walks and seemed like he had some discomfort. His doctor diagnosed him with osteoarthritis pain and recommended that we try Librela.
Veterinary professionals administering Librela who are pregnant, trying to conceive, or breastfeeding should...
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi. Everybody good? Everybody having a good day? No. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Mm,
On the morning of October 12th,
must not be that popular, because I don't know.
October 12th, 2012, in Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania, 42-year-old Clarence Biddle left his home just after 5 a.m.
Zaria,
Clarence was a journeyman
what you doing?
with nearly 2 decades of experience, mostly
Alright.
contract jobs at various power plants throughout the region. That Friday morning, he told his wife
Your tummy hurt?
that he was heading north to the Poconos for a solo hunting weekend, something he had done almost every year since his mid-20s. According to Reba, this was routine for Clarence. He preferred early fall, favored solitude, and always took the same vehicle, a silver 1999 Ford F-150. He loaded his gear, locked the backyard shed, and drove off without incident. It would be the last time Clarence Biddle was seen alive. Reba Biddle, 38 at the time, told investigators that her husband planned to return no later than Sunday evening.
That's a good
When he failed to
question.
appear or call by Monday morning, she contacted local authorities to file a missing person report. She told deputies from the Susquehanna
I would say a
Sheriff's Office
tree.
that Clarence had been under considerable stress in recent months due to layoffs at the Montour Power Plant,
Yeah, I would say
where
a
he had been
tree.
working on a temporary contract. The initial police response followed standard procedure for a presumed wilderness disappearance. Clarence had claimed he would be camping near a state-managed game reserve close to Waymart, an area known for its expansive wooded terrain and minimal ranger presence. Search and rescue teams from multiple counties, assisted by volunteer groups, were deployed to check popular trailheads and hunting sites. Cadaver dogs were brought in. Aerial sweeps
What
were
about
conducted
you? A
for the
New York
forest
tree?
canopy. No sign of Clarence or his vehicle was found. A local forest ranger, Thomas Ely, informed investigators that Clarence's license plate was not logged.
I
at
feel
the
like
game
everybody would
reserve's
pick the
main
obvious.
entry point. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. The reserve utilized a handwritten gate logbook where hunters were expected to record their vehicle information. Clarence's name or
People would
vehicle
definitely
did not
pick the
appear.
obvious.
Additionally, wildlife monitoring truck or person. With no sightings, no physical evidence, and no activity on Clarence's credit cards or cell phone, the investigation began to slow. Then, in early November 2012, approximately 3 weeks after Clarence's disappearance, Reba received a letter in the mail. The envelope was postmarked Buffalo, New York, and the note inside read, "I'm gone. I need peace. Don't look for me." It was unsigned, but Reba insisted the handwriting belonged to Clarence. She turned the letter over to the authorities. In December 2012, the disappearance was officially reclassified as a voluntary departure. There were no charges, no suspects, and no further search operations.
She seemed real guilty talking about she insisted that was his handwriting.
Number one, stop
How would that?
drinking too much water. People often drink far too much water, and they're told that they
Bacon,
have to
egg,
have
and
at
cheese,
least
bacon,
8
egg, and
glasses of
cheese,
water
bacon,
a day,
egg, and
and
cheese,
we
bacon, egg, and
really
cheese, bacon, egg, and
can't
cheese.
get rid of that much
Bacon,
water
egg, and
safely
cheese.
every day. Number two, water weight is temporary. Women during their menstrual cycle will frequently notice that they'll have 2, 3, 4 pounds of weight gain, and it's actually a hormonal change. Number three, stop eating the so-called.
Am I missing something?
We often hold on to water as a way of fighting inflammation, and there's some actual interesting papers that if you, for instance, take away inflammatory foods like tomatoes from someone's diet, that one of the first things they notice is water weight comes off really quickly.
Tomatoes. Now, remember, tomatoes are not a vegetable. They are a fruit. And the scary thing
Mel,
about tomatoes...
the person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
...have lectins. In fact, fairly nasty lectins. So if you have issues with joint pain or arthritis...
No, this is, I've never gone this long.
Ever, and yet it's sicker than ever.
And you just stop with the diet?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Cardiothoracic surgeon Stephen Gundry says he's solved the weight loss mystery.
You really have changed the way I think about what I eat. Best book I've seen on diet ever.
You did all this research. You were 70 pounds heavier. What did you change? What did you stop eating when you started?
your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Cool piece. What is that?
Then Dr. Gundry discovered a remarkable
Go put it on that table.
breakthrough that changed everything.
I attribute almost all of my weight loss to the addition of one thing that I did in my life. We live in the most advanced era in human history, right?
He really.
More medical breakthroughs than there are right now. So tell me one thing. Why is the health of the average American plummeting? Why are digestive issues like bloating, cramps, and constipation at the highest levels ever recorded? Why do so many of us struggle with fatigue and low mood? Why are 66% of Americans overweight, diabetic, or pre-diabetic? And why is that number skyrocketing?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
85% of all Americans are overweight or obese because modern medicine profits from sickness, not health. In my opinion, their worst fear is that you learn the true cause of what ails you and that you solve it once and for all. That's why I made this video. My name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and for much of my adult life, I was overweight, my knees and bones ached, and I was tired all the time. This was despite being a world-renowned cardiothoracic surgeon and living the perfect healthy lifestyle most of my fellow doctors recommended. I rarely ate fast food. I consumed low-fat dairy and whole grains. I ran 30 miles a week and worked out at the gym daily. Despite all this, I was 70 pounds overweight, had high blood pressure, migraine headaches, arthritis, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. I wore braces on my knees because they hurt so much. That was then. Today, I'm proud to say I'm not only thin and healthy, I'm actually happy because I finally feel clean and healthy on the inside. I'm turning 70 this year, and people often assume I'm 10 years younger than I am. Best of all, I've now helped tens of thousands of people achieve the same results, including people of every age, many of whom were in really bad shape and thought they could never get healthy. To accomplish this yourself, you do not need to visit a doctor. You do not need to have an expensive surgery. You do not need to do crazy workouts. And you don't have to starve yourself. What you do need to do is change just one aspect of your health. And if you do it, I can practically guarantee your health and life will change in a matter of weeks or even days. What's the one thing you need to change? Your gut. Today, I'm going to share with you my brand new Gut Cleanse protocol for transforming your physical health and achieving.
You're talking about gut cleanse.
Based on scientific research from my 40 years practicing medicine. And do you know the best part? It's active.
Go get them. There's one from my best friend.
Clarence Biddle's missing persons file remained technically open but inactive. In May 2013, 7 months after he was last seen, Clarence's profile was quietly removed from the National Crime Information Center, NCIC, Active Missing Persons Registry. His social security number had shown no activity since the previous fall. None of his known bank accounts, credit lines, or utility records reflected any use or change. His phone remained disconnected. His union membership through the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW, lapsed due to non-payment of dues. Effectively, Clarence had disappeared not just physically, but from every known system of identification and commerce. Over time, public interest faded. There were no vigils or
Your face ain't an ugly move.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
State or national news. Within the small, rural community of Montrose, it remained a curiosity, a quiet man, gone without a trace. Still, with no new information and no body recovered, Clarence Biddle's disappearance settled into cold case territory. From late 2013 through early 2020, there were no reported developments, no new leads, and no further attempts by law enforcement to revisit the case. It would take nearly 8 years and a chance traffic stop over 200 miles away for the story to re-enter public attention. In March 2013, 6 months after Clarence Biddle's disappearance, Reba Biddle left the couple's home in rural Susquehanna County and relocated to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, approximately 40 miles south. The move coincided with a transfer from her clerical position in the Montrose County Clerk's office to a new administrative role at the Luzerne County Housing Authority. Reba sold the house she had shared with Clarence, citing financial reasons, and leased a one-bedroom apartment near the city's south side. Within the 7 months, she initiated a claim on Clarence's life insurance policy, a $60,000 term life plan payable under a clause.
Yeah, I'm over here falling asleep.
180 consecutive days of verified absence.
Who's
The policy
watching?
was paid out in full by late April 2013. Though Clarence's legal death had not been
Say
established by the
something if
courts,
you're
the
watching.
insurer accepted the disappearance classification and documentation provided by law enforcement. Reba used the funds to settle outstanding household debts and reported the remainder as savings
Or
in her
give us a
subsequent
thumbs
tax
up
filings.
if you're watching.
She did not apply for survivor
If you
benefits
haven't
and did
already.
not petition for a former death certificate. According to interviews with former neighbors on Miller Hill Road, Reba had grown noticeably
Nothing.
more withdrawn in the months following Clarence's disappearance. One neighbor recalled that she stopped making eye contact and avoided casual conversation. After moving to Wilkesboro, she began using her maiden
Now
name,
there's
Reba
two.
Wilkes, in non-official contexts, but never filed for divorce.
Can y'all
or
hear
a legal
this?
name change.
Just
At
let me
work,
know.
she was described by coworkers as efficient and private. Multiple colleagues stated that she never discussed Clarence in any detail and referred to him only as Sean. In 2014, Reba began a personal relationship with Randall Farrow, a former contractor from Luzerne County. Farrow had a minor criminal record consisting of trespassing and misdemeanor property damage charges dating back to 2009, but no felony convictions. He had been unemployed intermittently over the years and was known locally for doing odd jobs under the table. Public records show no business license under his name. Farrell moved into Reba's apartment in early 2015. No marriage license was ever issued, but by 2016, he listed her address as his primary residence on state and federal tax filings. By 2018, Reba had listed Randall as her emergency contact on employment.
Can you
forms
chill a
and
little
health
bit,
insurance
please,
paperwork.
Zaria?
That same year, she initiated a loan refinancing application.
I got a
involving the
mean
co-signed
headache.
personal loan originally held with Clarence in 2009. As part of the refinancing process, the bank
That shit is
requested
weird. I
verification of
wish I could
Clarence's
see who was
status.
watching.
In response, Reba submitted a notarized affidavit stating that Clarence had ceased all contact and was presumed
Who's
deceased
knocking?
due to prolonged absence without explanation.
Oh,
Though she did not attach a death certificate, the documentation met the
Stop it.
institution's internal threshold for account closure. Clarence's remaining financial accounts, already dormant, were flagged for permanent closure. His credit profile was marked as inactive in early 2019. By all outward measures, he had been written out of the system. Despite the administrative closure of Clarence's life, one person remained unconvinced: his younger sister, Lisa Biddle. A registered nurse living in Scranton, Lisa had long expressed concern over the nature of her brother's disappearance. In her statement to Pennsylvania State Police in 2020, she said she never believed Clarence would walk away from his life without a word, and viewed the letter postmarked from Buffalo as staged or coerced. From 2013 onward, Lisa made periodic inquiries to the sheriff's office, but received little in the way of updates. In 2019, frustrated by the lack of movement, Lisa hired a private data tracing firm specializing in dormant vehicle registrations and legacy address tracking. The inquiry focused on locating Clarence's 1999 Ford F-150, which had never been recovered. The firm conducted a multi-state search using VIN databases, impound lot records, and registration systems. The results came back negative. There was no sign of Clarence's truck in Pennsylvania, New York, or surrounding jurisdictions. The report concluded there had been no registration activity tied to the vehicle since late 2012. That changed on May 27, 2020, when a traffic stop in western New York revealed the first concrete clue in nearly 8 years. On the afternoon of May 27, 2020, New York State troopers conducted a routine traffic stop outside Jamestown.
Yeah, you can go on the porch.
Chautauqua County, approximately 100 miles south of the Canadian border.
It's been years. It's never in the past.
The vehicle, a gray Ford F-150 pickup truck, had been observed traveling eastbound on Interstate 86 with expired...
There's always one or two. Who's in here?
To be in his early 50s, was alone.
Jay, is you in
When
here?
approached by law enforcement, he failed to produce a driver's license or any form of valid identification. He verbally identified himself as Daniel Marks, but could not provide documentation to support the claim. Due to the lack of identification and inconsistencies
You are on
in the
here. I was
registration,
like, who
the
is on
responding trooper
here?
requested a VIN check. The vehicle
So you could do,
identification number
bro.
taken from the dashboard and door frame returned registered to Clarence Biddle, a
Alright.
Pennsylvania resident listed as missing
Go
since
live with me.
2012. The entry flagged a historical file indicating the vehicle had never been recovered and was associated with a closed missing
I was
persons
confused.
suspect and accounted.
Snow.
The driver was placed under
There ain't no
arrest on
damn
suspicion of
snow.
vehicle theft and false
Come check
identification.
it out outside.
Okay, I'm coming.
Chautauqua County Sheriff's
Let's
Office
look at this so-called snow. Oh, fuck me. Zarya. Come here. Come here. Ain't no fucking snow outside.
A standard biometric scan
Pick it up.
was eventually completed, revealing his
No,
true
with your...
identity as Randall
Okay,
Farrell,
that's
a former
fine.
Luzerne County resident with a limited criminal history
Pick it up.
and known
Because what the
associate
hell?
with Biddle.
It's cold.
Farrell had no
It's
active
cold.
offense at the time of arrest. Upon confirming his identity, he invoked his right to legal counsel and refused to participate in further questioning.
Go on live view or no, cause you're not gonna do that and then not answer. Hey Lisa.
It was the same silver 1999 Ford F-150 registered to Clarence Biddle at the time
Yeah,
of
we're
his
not.
disappearance.
Potion.
The original license plates have been removed and replaced with a set trace to a non-
I shared the link so we could go live together. Just click on the link that I texted.
partially abraded serial numbers on the chassis, an attempt investigators believe
What, Zarya?
ownership.
Come check the
The
snow
odometer
out.
showed mileage
Ain't no damn
over
snow.
an 8-year
Check
period.
it out outside.
A forensic
Okay.
audit of the interior was ordered. Under the passenger
She swears there's snow out here.
wallet that appeared aged but intact.
Ain't no fucking snow out here.
Several personal items belonging to Clarence Biddle. A faded
Who?
union membership card from IBEW Local 1249. A folded photograph of Clarence.
Snow outside right now.
Girl, that's ice. That's not snow.
Literally, ice out.
It's snow. That's not ice.
His reported departure for his solo hunting
I'm
trip.
fucking crying.
The discovery of that receipt placed the vehicle and likely Clarence near Binghamton today.
But anyway,
This was the first confirmed physical
you have the link. Get on the... There's ice outside.
police contacted authorities in Pennsylvania.
Who's the ice from?
Susquehanna County District Attorney's Office
Who's the ice from?
police were briefed on the recovery of the vehicle and the
From you. I'm gonna go in the bathroom and smoke, okay?
You
Given the
come
nature of the
outside
original
and
case
play
and
out.
the forensic findings, coordination between
Girl, we've been at the park this whole weekend.
Pennsylvania Attorney General's office authorized the reactivation of
We can go there tomorrow after school. I'm sick your teacher doesn't work today. She's sick.
the search yielded several items of interest.
Yeah. Cause it was cold. I'm finna come in here. This little girl hair moved. Cause she got her hair did. And then turns around and like fucks it up like really bad. Sorry, get out of here, please.
Are you gonna smoke?
Yes, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah, right.
Thank you. You can't gentle parent that little girl. That's like ain't no gentle parenting. But yeah, ain't no gentle parenting that girl. Am I okay? Is that a trick question? Lisa, what's up? That's not a trick question. I'm good. Good. Is she okay? Is she okay? I'm telling you. What do you'll see? You must not have your phone. Or you must have your phone. You just... Ooh, yeah, my stomach hurt. So bad. I overthinking my stomach hurting like a motherfucker. Like the worst pain. Ooh, fuck. I'm gonna throw up. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. I had to take a... I feel like I... Hold on. It's so crazy. I haven't... Only thing I've really smoked was the last time I was on live when I smoked the Swisher. After that, I really just been smoking this and shit. It said I'm pregnant. Next question. Next question. Next question. Girl, next question. I don't know. Next question. You keep talking about how far are you? I don't know. Next question. Next question. Anyways, I'm excited to get my hair done. On Thursday, I'm getting my hair done. So excited. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Sunny cold. Like 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's cold. Sunny cold. That's how you explain it, right?
20% off your first order.
What you doing, Jay?
Game. She outlined the prosecution's theory that Reba had lured Clarence into the backyard shed early on the morning of October 12th, 2012, under the pretense of helping him prepare for his hunting trip.
It's kinda. It's like 1 minute it's sunny and then it
The
goes
prosecution did not claim to know the exact
like
method of death.
that
but
sunny
argued
and
that
then.
physical evidence pointed to a violent event inside the shed.
Yeah.
As for motive, the prosecution presented financial records showing that the Biddles had accumulated over $28,000 in unsecured debt by mid-2012. In addition, witnesses testified to an emerging relationship between Reba
What
and
you
granddaughter
smoking
in
on?
that same period. One co-worker, identified as Denise Halpern, stated under oath that Reba had confided in her just weeks before Clarence vanished,
What?
describing herself as trapped and waiting for a way out. Halpern further testified that Reba had mentioned someone she was starting to see, though she did not name Farrow at the time. Key
Thanks.
forensic testimony came from investigators involved in the shed search. Crime scene analyst Mark Callister described the blood spatter patterns as medium velocity impact consistent with blunt trauma. He also noted that luminol revealed cleanup attempts
Yeah.
on multiple surfaces. DNA analysts confirmed that a single hair recovered
You
from the
just
site
cracked your
belonged to Clarence.
bone. That's all bad.
Shared markers consistent with his maternal
That's all you can do.
The letter,
Just
initially believed to have been sent by Clarence
think.
from Buffalo, was introduced as a central piece of fabricated evidence.
Talkie.
A handwriting expert testified
It might be in the
that
bag.
2012 letter showed strong similarities to drafts recovered from Laura's home. Ink analysis confirmed a match with things Reba had previously ordered through her workplace. The jury was shown
There's no talkie. No talkie. What reaction should I do since we could do reactions together? We could go live together. I can share the
My present now?
no.
Open all my.
That's for your games, for your party. That's not your presents. Ooh, I gotta start. That's what I gotta get in. That's what I gotta get in. I'm not even speaking English right now. I gotta start getting
I want to play a game on your phone.
no.
Why? What's Day-Day?
Who? Say hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
was found guilty on all charges. Conspiracy to commit murder,
What's you do?
and obstruction of justice.
No, that's not what the lady said.
Found guilty of being an accessory to tampering
You
with
beat my mommy up,
Zarya,
Jay.
shut up.
was scheduled for the following night.
I do it your YouTube.
Both defendants
For
were
you?
remanded to custody without bond.
This says
Outside the courthouse,
But yeah, that's not what the lady.
they told the world
That's not what the lady
it's
said.
TT.
She said there's a like a.
on April 14th, 2021, sentencing was handed
You
down
heard
by
what?
the County Court.
Like
Reba Biddle received 25 years in a Pennsylvania State Correctional Facility with no eligibility for parole for the first 17 years. Judge Celia Horton, delivering the sentence, cited the premeditated nature
no, because when I talked to the lady, I had told her. I don't even want to talk about it on here. Why are we talking about this on here?
Randall Farrow was sentenced to 14
Right.
years for his role in the conspiracy. While the court acknowledged that Farrow was not charged with direct involvement,
I know why, but it's like
Judge Horton noted that his long-term
We can't.
participation in the cover-up,
I'm not trying to
including
talk
his
about
use
that
of
on here.
Clarence's vehicle and active obstruction of the investigation.
But now I don't got, at this point, I don't got nothing to do with that, no, because I told him I didn't.
Despite the weight of evidence, no murder
I already
charge was
texted you what I
filed
said,
against
so.
Reba Biddle or
You
Randall
just
Farrow.
put pepper in
The
here.
absence of Clarence's body remained the critical
Pepper on what?
limitation.
The
Prosecutors
turkey.
explained
There's already
during
peppers on the
sentencing that without
Takis.
a confirmed cause of death or human remains, a homicide conviction would be legally unviable. Instead, the convictions rested on
Why did you
conspiracy to
do
commit
that?
murder, insurance
Put peppers
fraud,
on the Taki.
evidence
Do them to
theft,
put.
and
I could put
obstruction,
Tabasco
all
on there.
upheld on the basis of
Huh?
circumstantial and forensic evidence presented
What you
at
said
trial.
to me?
I could put
In June
Tabasco on there.
2021, Clarence Biddle was
Tabasco?
legally declared deceased by court order.
And then plus what you, bro, I can't even, I don't want to talk about this on here. And it does matter what I say after.
Memorial was held in Montrose, attended by family members, former co-
But it's not what,
and local
move your head.
Clarence's sister, Lisa Biddle,
But it's like,
stated, "He buried the
I
truth,
ain't got no say in that no more.
but now he gets his
That's what
own
she
back."
said.
Her remarks were
And you got the stuff on the 5th for you to do this thing. That's 18 months. So then it will go away.
Local 1249, a portion of the recovered insurance funds was redirected to establish
That's why I didn't show up.
in Clarence's name. The fund, targeted towards second career electricians, received its first round of applications in early 2022. Reba Biddle is currently incarcerated at the State Correctional Institution in Muncie, a facility for female offenders located.
But yeah, I'm not trying to talk about that on here.
She
Okay.
is ineligible for parole
It's not.
until 2038. Randall Farrow is serving his sentence at SCI Dennis Township in Center County. Per court order, the two are prohibited
Don't do that.
from any form of direct or third-party communication for the duration of their incarceration.
18 months.
Clarence Biddle's
A
remains
program
are
for
not
18 months.
multiple searches, both official.
She said it's your first time, so you will get it into a program that's 18 months.
Law enforcement has not disclosed any ongoing search.
And when you finish it, they will drop it. That's why you only, they drop, yeah.
1999 Ford F-150. The vehicle Clarence was last seen driving remains in state custody. Repainted, weathered by time, and stripped of plates, it sits in a secured evidence lot in Scranton.
So talking on here is easier than, I mean, yeah, but because for the
case might never have
agreement.
moved forward. In the absence of a body, the truck became the central artifact in a case built not on confession, but on reconstruction.
This summer, with a bunch of balloons, get ready to be your own backyard hero. Fill and tie 100 balloons in just 60 seconds.
Yeah, I figured.
Slide into endless fun with our new instant filling and reusable Magna Seal balloons for non-stop action.
Mom.
Be the ultimate water warrior. Weave,
Mommy.
duck, and dodge a whole lot of
Can I
splash.
have
Outsmart
the
splash.
balloon?
Beat the game and
Can I have
claim
the
your victory.
balloon?
Splash into summer with bunch of
I was gonna join your live me, but I'm like, no, he's not even answering nothing. So I didn't even.
Putting patient care ahead of profits. Negotiating lower prescription drug costs and discounts on medical care for our members. Fighting back when drug companies
But did you do your
increase their
um?
and spending nearly 90 cents of every dollar directly
Go put that
in
cup up
healthcare. Because everyone deserves affordable,
and pull your pants down.
homegrown, and locally trusted. Regents has your back.
Okay, if you say so.
Like that.
Popular teenager murdered on the grounds of an elementary school. She did absolutely.
You been on my live this whole time?
Another woman is
Like
viciously
all of them?
stabbed.
This guy could be a serial killer.
The attacker, in his haste to get away, leaves a vital piece of evidence.
In the laboratory, we call it Cinderella evidence.
DNA connects the two assaults.
But you need more than DNA. You need a name.
Then another deadly attack. The same man. It's up to homicide detective Molly Dahl to track down.
But like I said, nobody knows my damn thing. Like, not the landlord, not nobody.
Jerry?
Oh, they said when they came in, the apartment was like strong. Something was burning their eyes or some shit.
Determine the cause of death.
Watch on mobile devices or
I don't know.
all for free. No subscription required. Download Daily now.
Turn that off.
Across the bay from San Francisco lies the city of San Leandro, California. The city that has grown increasingly popular among young families for its small town feel and seaside setting. It's the evening of November 5th. A storm sweeps in, bringing torrential rain. At 8:30 p.m., Patrol Officer Jim Stark is dispatched
You need
to
to turn
Jefferson
what on?
Elementary School. An alarm that picks up both movement and sound has been triggered by a strange banging coming from the building.
I responded, went and checked it out. Walked the perimeter, checked the doors, make sure it was all secure, which it was. I decided to walk the school grounds itself, just to make sure that we weren't missing something.
What else
When I got
can
to
we
the end
talk
of
on?
The buildings, I could see an umbrella that was upside down. It was open, it was collecting rain. As I rounded around the building, at that point I could see some clothing.
Scattered across the yard, a pair of shoes and a jacket, an ominous trail
made
what he
this
is
mess
about
on
to
the
discover.
floor?
So I continued around the building. When I got to the corner of the building, I could hear.
I don't remember what I said.
It wasn't real hard pounding, it was just very light.
Oh, I said, what else can we talk on? The land, ain't nobody know nothing about nothing. The landlord said they did the inspection and like it was mad strong. Their eyes and throats were burning or some shit.
Officer Stark calls for an ambulance and police backup.
As soon as I got off,
No.
my raincoat went off, then I put it
Why
on, top of her to cover her.
Cause I said so.
Because you say
Reached
so.
down,
For
grabbed
what?
her hand,
Cause I said so.
just to let her know
Because
the
you
help was
said so.
coming.
For what?
Paramedics rush the victim to emergency. Back at the crime scene, investigators, including lead detective Autry James, start the search for evidence.
Go.
You know, if you'd asked me the day before and I'd seen everything, I would have told you absolutely. There's nothing that's going to surprise me or shock me at this point. But I
Now
gotta tell you, I was shocked. I was shocked at the level of violence involved.
Detective Rick DaCosta is concerned the storm is washing away evidence.
Any sort of shoe print, footprint would more than likely have been either
car.
later time.
Go put the comb back.
Collects evidence. They discovered a shell casing that was near where the umbrella was. So our assumption was that was where she was shot. And she had been dragged a short distance.
Using school ID, police identify the victim as 15-year-old Evelina LeBlanc. They immediately locate
Here comes this dusty ass bitch. You bored again? Is you bored, sir?
I think she probably was just in
Is you bored? Talking about I moved in the last 5 hours. Is you bored? You back on other people's shit. You must really love it over here.
apple of her mother's eye.
She's like my best friend.
I bet.
Very bubbly.
That's great.
Loving.
Congratulations. Did you wash your ass before you hop on people's shit?
If you met her, you'd never forget her.
By the time Arlene arrives at the hospital, Evelina's on life support.
And they told me that she had.
The fuck?
Because she had had her nails done, and 2 of the nails had come off.
Sit up.
They had
If you're drinking that water, sit up.
just asleep. So the doctor came in and he told me that Evelina was not.
Trap shit. Pay your monkey. Matter of fact, call your mama. Call your mother and have her do it for you.
The next morning, with her mother at her
How about that?
bedside, Evelina is taken off life support.
Give that bitch $5.
The case is now a homicide. Investigators get to work, searching for her killer.
Initially, we didn't know if this was someone who knew Evelina who was angry with her. We had
I
no idea
mean,
what the motive was. We didn't know if it was a jilted boyfriend.
Police found a DNA sample.
nah, I looked it up on Google.
They run it through the national database, but there's no match.
Google came up with it.
Who has this type of disregard for human life more than likely isn't going to just do it once.
Bro, he been on here. I ain't even tripping. Like,
We would get some sort of hit.
I got so much other shit that I'm worried about that I'm like, I don't even give a fuck.
What we tried to do is to map out what her day was.
Talking about figures.
When she woke up to the point.
Go get a figure. Go get an it figure and come back.
Is that Evelina had been at local high schools football games that
My necklace broke.
Evelina decided she was going to leave the game early. She just couldn't deal with the rain and the cold, so she left her friends and headed back using public transportation.
we managed to find out which bus she was
From no block.
We were able to contact some individuals who were on the bus. One of them
I'm dying.
The driver recalls that after
You just know everything about people, huh?
started calling out
You okay? You just know everything. Everything. Period. Okay. Okay, big dog. Okay, big dog.
off the bus only 5 blocks from where she was murdered. Could this young man, a teenager himself, be Evelina's killer? Or can he help lead police to the person who is?
No, don't even block it, cause this nigga.
In an elementary schoolyard. As police investigate
What the fuck?
crime,
I'm getting my unibrow back.
finds vital information. She saw Evelina step off the bus with a young man only 2 hours before the murder.
That individual who got off the bus with Evelina was really the focus of our investigation.
Police release a composite drawing based on the bus driver's description of the teenager seen with Evelina.
I don't know why you think. Hell yeah, I don't give a fuck, girl. I got so much other shit going on. That little comment, he's just. The more comment I get, the more he's on my shit, the more I'm finna get paid from YouTube. So I'm not tripping. I like clowns. Clown. Be a clown.
So many kids, so many adults that knew Evelina, just trying to establish.
The more you clown, the more fucking. The more money I'm making off your dumb shit.
Venom inside them. The goal was every
For people watching now, you know they get.
This goes together, right, Mom?
And you got how many subscribers? 2? No, it goes to the. Where the other truck at?
They hope to find him by matching his genetic profile to someone she knew.
There were actually search warrants written for the collection of DNA evidence from some males.
I don't know where the other one at, but it don't connect to that one.
The use of DNA.
Go check your room.
To exclude people who were within her circle that necessarily didn't have an alibi.
Unfortunately, we never got a match.
In addition to not finding a DNA link, no one recognizes the composite.
We were never able to identify who the individual was that got off the bus with Evelina.
I'm crying.
The level was very high for our agency because this was such a devastating crime.
The unsolved crime is also devastating for Evelina.
Anything else?
I was very angry. I wanted him captured. I wanted the person captured that.
That's great.
Despite investigators' best
That's good. You know, when I get off live, more people can watch it while I'm not on live, and I still get more views, right? Dumb fuck. But hey, you white, you American, you know everything. Y'all just know everything. You just Mr. Know-it-all, huh? And no money. That's wild.
It's a cool March night in Portland, Oregon.
That's crazy.
35-year-old Evelina Thompson.
You heard that? They said Portland. Jay, they said Portland.
He was coming from around a truck. across the street.
As the man approaches her, he introduces himself, but she can barely understand his name. It sounds like Nani or Naji.
He asked me, was I from the islands? I told him I wasn't from the island.
And you just assume that I don't have no money. How fucking rude of you. What goes around comes around. Fuck. You can assume, but I can't assume. How does that work? But anyways, can we be at like a park or something tomorrow and talk? Or like come over tonight and then I'll drive you back home before I take Zari to school. I have a TV, that's not money. Okay? I fucking cry. Why you hate me? What'd I do for you to hate me, sir? What I did? You hate me but love to be on my channel. That just don't make no sense. I told you Jay, I was making... Girl, just let the stupid ass talk. He's done. You need money for the TV to work, stupid. You need money, like you need Wi-Fi. You need money for the Wi-Fi so the TV will work, right? You need money for electricity so the power can work so you can turn on the TV and your Wi-Fi, right? Huh. Wow. Are you smarter than the 5th grader? Damn. If Don was a... If people be retarded in real life. I'm scary in real life.
What you doing?
About to eat some pasta. You want some?
No, I'm good. I just
Okay. If I start eating more food, don't you come saying you want some of mine.
I will do it. So you feed me or
That shit is crazy. Diabolical. He said you got a TV, that's not money. I bet you live with your mama. I bet you eat microwavable meals. I bet you obese too. Oh, fat ass.
Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
Zarya, get the fuck off the kitchen floor. Now.
Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
See? Bitch fat but wanna be on. It's okay. It's okay. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Bitch, fuck you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want no friends. Only friend I want is my dude and my kid, and that's it. I don't want nobody else around me.
Detective Rick DaCosta contacted about the match.
Jay, you coming to Zarya's birthday on Sunday? Zarya said yes or no.
That's all it can do.
So your DNA profile carries a series of numbers, but they don't tell us anything about you, except if you're male or female.
That's all.
DNA won't tell investigators who the person is.
Close it.
It doesn't tell us their name, maybe their height, any characteristics, or any sort of ethnic background. So science has done all it can do, and it will now to Portland police to put a name with these crimes.
Portland police suck ass.
Call
Calls
the
to
police.
homicide detective
Call the
Molly Dahl to
popo.
find the killer
Call the
connected
police.
to these
No.
unidentified DNA samples.
Mine.
That's old.
I
Can I
had
play
been
with
less
this?
than 6 months, and yeah, I felt the pressure.
Yeah.
You don't
Mama,
just
can
go through
I
life
play a
and
game on
do
your
one
phone?
violent crime. This is definitely somebody that was prone to do it again.
She believes
You already played all the games.
these attacks.
It fits the profile of someone that's doing this.
Can I
There's no
see?
reason for him not to stop doing it
Wait.
because he's been getting
What's
away with
this,
it for so
Mom?
many years.
She examines the
Thanks.
DNA
You're
reports,
welcome.
but it's what she does next that really hooks her.
When I started pulling up pictures of Evelina LeBlanc,
Yes.
that gave me a face that just made me think of one
See?
word, innocence. And after I saw Evelina's face, it wasn't just
I didn't finish all my games.
Yeah.
Now Dahl wants to
Don't be buying no games on neither.
the one person who has seen the killer face to face.
I need to get out of her the small details that didn't perhaps make it into a police report from the original interview.
They begin with the attacker's appearance.
She said he was a male black, early 20s, medium build, around 5'8",
Dark, slanted eyes, very short hair.
The description Dahl believes matches the composite
Do you
sketch of
see
the
her?
person seen with
Say,
Evelina LeBlanc. Dahl continues to question her witness.
And Eileen has a wonderful memory.
That means
of
she's
that
funny.
She should
Silly
clearly
Billy.
Silly Mickey.
Elena is able to provide a
Silly
lead on her attacker. She
Mika.
recalls him introducing
Silly Mika
She wanted
must not like fishing.
called
He left.
Naji or Nani, something similar, something foreign sounding.
At the hospital, I can remember nothing but
Mhm.
not
Congrats, you already have no friends.
something. I thought,
I got friends.
something.
Elena asks
Don't get it twisted.
for help. She describes her attacker to them in hopes they can identify him.
I got friends.
What is it?
Needs hunting. I wanted to run back to my desk and I wanted to start researching this name, Naji.
You could get off my
There
live.
can't be a lot of Najis running around Portland. So
Like, what the fuck?
I'm thinking,
I ain't even tripping because you must like this. Cause you have other shit to do than be on people's live.
Evelina LeBlanc,
You just a weird bitch.
Elena Thompson.
I'm glad.
You just a weird ass nigga.
that night that this guy.
You must like watching me eat.
DNA from the two attacks is matched to the same man.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't need it.
Files were linked together, but we still didn't have a name to go with them.
Alina, with help from friends, provides two
Weird ass nigga.
for her attacker.
She told
Mom,
me his name was
Is this
Naji
what
or
Blippi?
Nani.
Alina's friend was being released
Is this-
from prison
is this
when she
where
moved
I
with
just
that
dropped?
name.
And one of her girlfriends
Is
said,
this
I
is
know.
this from last
I
year?
know the Naji you're talking about.
Mom, is this from last year?
All right, Thomas.
Transported
Yeah.
to be released on the
Is
jail
this
bus.
where my jar? This is
Detective
my
Dahl
job?
requests the
Mhm.
log
Oh.
from the prison transport bus.
I came up with a short list of about 3 possibles, 3 black males that had
You must not eat yet.
physical characteristics.
You hungry?
No.
And when I looked at their names, there was no Naji. There was
Did your old lady not feed you?
not even an
Huh?
name.
But Dahl is determined
Yes.
to identify
One
the
more?
killer. She she digs into these three men's police records.
The second guy, ordinary sounding name, but when you looked at his aliases and his monikers, there he was. I found Najee. And I am thinking, this is our guy.
Actually, it felt good because they had an idea of who they was going to go get, who they was looking for. One part of me felt relieved, and one part of me was still scared because I had.
You want some water? Do you want me to Uber you some water? I'm gonna Uber you some hot and spicy. Are you hungry? What the fuck?
Compare the crimes to a name to see if this was the person. It was exciting.
Dahl also puts together a photo lineup with Najee's picture for her eyewitness.
And I rushed back to Eileen.
They sat me at the table, and she had some papers, and she was like, "You know any of these people?"
She took a quick scan of all 6 of those photos, and Helena said, he's not in here. And then
Jay must not be on here no more.
laughed a little bit and said, hey, junior homicide detective, slow down.
Even though Alina failed to identify Najee as her attacker, Dahl isn't giving up on this suspect.
Witnesses can always be fallible. It's unreliable unless you have a bunch of witnesses saying the same thing.
That's good.
Besides, she knows it's DNA science that will
That's great.
attack these women.
Janelska
I'm happy for you.
said, no, this
Happy for you, my heart.
any of our cases.
This is the worst news Dahl could receive. She's no closer to stopping her killer, and lives are in danger.
So I was back to square one, and I faced the time crunch. It was bothering me that he was still walking around, doing his evil things, and that really, why wouldn't he attack another woman?
I was fucking crying.
Years have gone by. She hopes one day her daughter's killer will be found.
I'm fucking crying. He must be gay. You gay, sir? It's okay.
You know, I kept a picture of Evelina on my desk, under my blotter on my desk. I mean, it was a constant presence for me.
It hit home with all of us. We all couldn't imagine the pain, again, that Arlene must have gone through, still goes through to this day.
In Portland, Detective Dahl is also struggling.
I was disappointed.
That's crazy. That's really Portland, though. The ugly ass, fucking stupid ass town.
Did not kill Evelina or attack Eileen.
With no real leads or suspects.
That's a wife.
Track her killer through police records.
So I decided to start with compiling a list of recent arrests within that geographic area in Northeast Portland. So I had a crime analyst help me
You got a wife.
capturing a list of subjects.
Okay, big dog. You got a wifey wife. Oh, I see you.
The amount of
Congratulations.
but Dahl is determined.
I knew it was a long, long list, and it was going to take some time to make these lists a lot smaller. The probability that he was going to be on one of these lists is good. He's in the small part of the city of Portland. He's walking around.
My man don't smoke cigarettes.
A young woman is killed, another brutally attacked. Both
Try another one.
are linked by DNA to the same man, but with no name attached to this evidence. Police are scrambling to identify him before he attacks again.
I could feel him at the tips of my fingers. He was that tangible to me, and it bugged me.
Try again.
DNA is lovely, yes, but you need more than
Milk, we lactose intolerant. We don't drink milk.
As Detective Molly Dahl searches for this elusive killer, a seemingly unrelated
Try
assault
again.
take a bizarre turn right into Dahl's investigation. It's a miserable night.
Did your daddy ever come back when he left?
Spots a woman lying at the side of the
He left for that for them hoes. Your mama wasn't, your mama wasn't fulfilling his man duties.
Detective Lynn Courtney is
So he had to go to Figaro and get some hoes. And he said, fuck him kids. He said, fuck his fat ass too. That ain't my son. Pink eye? Not my heart. Not pink eye. If I have pink eye, my eyes will be pussy stupid. Does that look like pink eye stupid? Retard. You retarded, ain't it? You retarded, huh?
Died pretty violently. It makes you feel pretty.
Don't skip the question about where your daddy at. Where your daddy at? Where your pops at? And if I did?
Like Evelina's murder 13 years earlier.
And if I did?
Problems for the investigation.
And if I did get pop in my eyes, so? And what?
So that would have been washed away. Or, again,
And what?
impressions at the scene.
What's your point?
Tire impressions that would have an impact on the brain, on evidence.
What's your point?
The much needed lead. Courtney searches all the night's 9.
You just keep making up shit just so you can say have shit to say. Like, bro, have a good day. Go eat your salmon and asparagus with your little wifey wife in your little White House with a picket fence. Alright? You feel me?
She gave us a description of a white pickup truck with a matching.
You're probably sick of y'all.
Police respond to the 911 call.
Let me stop. R.I.P. to Pops. Cancer's a bitch.
They checked the area.
For real though.
They couldn't find a victim. They didn't find this white pickup truck, so they cleared the scene.
Later, with the advantage of daylight, Detective Courtney identifies items strewn on the ground.
We found some things that looked like they were at first, and so we believe he moved her.
You go low, I go lower.
Back in the truck and then dumped her there.
If so,
I don't give a fuck. I hit a nerve spot, didn't I? I hit a soft point though, didn't I? That one hit you. It hit you real good, didn't it? Anything you say is not gonna hurt my feelings, bro. I've been through bullshit. Anything people say does not hurt my feelings.
he finds a stolen.
I went real low. Now he say he gonna still bother me. Nigga. I dug the hole for you. Let me stop. Let me stop. Oh Lord, I ain't trying to get banned. Let me stop.
We found Charvetta's blood in.
That's how low I could go. Dug the hole. I love you too, pretty girl.
Was a claw hammer that was in the cab of her truck.
The killer drove this truck that led to the attack.
Right.
But police are no closer to finding him until a friend of Charvetta Brown's comes forward, who was with her before the horrific assault.
I go stupid dumb. You right, I do go dumb.
I was with Charvetta and an unknown black male. We were driving around together in a white truck.
Stupid.
Going on, I didn't like the guy. I got out of the truck and
I could go retarded.
Something like
I could go special ed.
for matches. The database I was using works on the phonetic sound of the name, so if you type in
Just like how your mom took 5 seconds to make your retarded ass.
of that name that could possibly be Imoni or something similar.
He gets back two unusual.
She should have swallowed you, but she said your daddy only lasted 5 seconds. He stuck it in, and then boom.
Brown's killer.
There, here comes this little retarded ass little seed. Oop. And then here comes this retarded ass little fat ass.
As he works the names,
I did graduate, actually.
examining police.
I'm getting my bachelor's in early childhood and education.
still had a great physical description, and
I graduated with a 3.8 GPA. Thank you.
starting to go through that list.
I got my associates in business, too.
The police bureau
And I got my CDL.
conditions help detectives
But I don't work, though.
surrounding connections.
And I'm dumb. I'm slow. I'm retarded. I'm ignorant.
Low part
I'm all that.
There's not many secrets in our office.
You can't help but
I am. I am very special. I'm on SSI. I get SSI checks.
Courtney
You
had
feel me?
found a possible name of his suspect, and I started to listen hard.
That is terrifying, ain't
It went from E-money.
it? I know. A special ed person
I'll talk about that light bulb
driving trucks. Man, a special ed person
saying
having their associates. Damn. I'm so special, huh? I'm slow.
Detective Molly Dahl is in a race to stop a violent criminal who attacked
Making things up. Yeah, you think I'm making things up. Ah, Zaria. Let me see my phone real quick.
He's wanting to murder women.
It's my birthday today.
No, not today. Hold on. Since I'm making things up. Sorry, I moved. Go get your tablet.
In this database as possible suspects, and Detective Molly Dahl heard me mention Moni and Imani, and she stood up and said, "Wait a minute, this sounds like in my case."
I wasn't interested in E-money. I was interested in Imani, and I flew on the keyboard with his name. And when I pulled up his criminal background,
I ain't gotta prove a damn thing, actually. You're right. It's very terrifying. I'm lying.
Bay Area, and
I'm lying about every single thing.
I smiled to myself, and then I smiled for Evelina and her mother.
This man, Imani, was living in the same area where teenager Evelina LeBlanc
I lie about everything.
Is he responsible for her death and the 2 attacks on women in Portland?
You want to see my license, though? Since I lie. Since me lie.
Any person convicted of a felony, you have to get your cheek swabbed for the DNA to be entered into our database.
Since Imani has done time for
Since I lie.
his DNA should be in the system. Detective Molly Dahl turns to the crime lab.
Sample had been collected.
Suck my dick.
This information.
Stupid.
To put it in perspective, Imani Williams.
Nah, you ain't even. She's stupid as fuck. She said, yes, let me screenshot your personal information. You think I'm gonna show you my shit with my information on it? I covered it, dummy. Move.
While the DNA is processed, Dahl puts together a
Do you some talkies today?
the one woman.
You're right. I don't got no money. I ain't got no money. You right.
Eat some talkies.
You right. I don't got no money. I'm special ed. Special ed. I'm slow. Damn.
2 days after overhearing the uncommon name, Dahl receives the forensic news of a lifetime.
So I.
You're right.
If you was driving, you wouldn't want to answer either. So please explain how's it weird.
And she said it.
Don't leave now. Move, Zaria. Move, Zaria. Move, Zaria.
Who committed these crimes?
Please explain. The ultimate
Used. So, at least I got money, and at least I drive a car, bitch. What the fuck? Oh wait, I got you. I got you. Since you're tripping on a used. Since you're tripping on used.
For many years, so I felt good, and I wanted to tell the people that mattered most. And so I got on the phone immediately to Sergeant Rick DaCosta down in California and Family Andrew. And this was the phone call I've been receiving.
He's a box trucks.
I received in related to law enforcement in the 20 years.
Okay. Okay.
Just the day before.
He said box trucks. Bro.
Carvello told him send a packet once. I don't have to do a punch. I hit the beat. I don't have to take a lunch. That's not a capping. Only capping like it's crunch. Like the rock. You see me, I'm electric.
13 agonizing years after Evelina LeBlanc was murdered in California, San Leandro detectives are about to confront Imani Williams, who is now in custody for his two Portland crimes.
Box trucks.
When my partner and I went up to Portland. Was the name Evelina LeBlanc when you got home? No? Remember the name?
Are y'all in your fucking... Are y'all in your fucking game? So, alright. This is... I'm checking the oil. This says safe operating range above the...
Box trucks.
He said a long time ago.
You sound dumb as fuck. This is me and my nigga, stupid. Stupid. Goofy. Goofy. Dummy. Oh, but you're right though. You right.
I think he's the type of criminal that wouldn't have.
You're right though. You got it. You got it. You got it. Follow me on TikTok. Period.
I was excited because
Everybody follow me on TikTok. You feel me?
same DNA profile came from Imani Williams' mouth.
Everybody was happy, and it was a sense of relief.
He's retarded. Ah. 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 Shit is scary.
Yeah.
You're right.
Make a wish in the next.
You're right. I just drive in the parking lot. I ain't gotta prove a damn thing to you, bro. I'm not about to go through all my pictures and in your face every time, bro. Like, bitch, like the fuck.
Wonderful. I mean, that's.
I know you probably work a fucking fucked up ass. Yeah. You right, but I don't got money. I don't have money.
In the end, the DNA was a link that crossed state
I'm
lines.
broke.
Without Molly's
I
help,
don't have money.
it wouldn't have a name to go with it. She is the one who did the investigative work that linked these crimes truly to one individual.
His name is Imani Williams.
Good job.
Charbetta was beat in the head with what we believe to be a hammer.
For your age, you should have something like that. Good job.
You had
Big
the
Papa.
California being shot in the head. In all three instances, he went for the woman's head.
Attracts LT. Big Papa.
Looking into his eyes, it was very cold, almost inhuman. He would answer our questions, but
The 2000. Okay. Yeah, money. Fuck bitches. I want it.
I'm blessed. I'm real blessed. But I could have been one of those who he have killed.
Due to Dahl's tenacity, he's off the street.
My only regret was that I didn't find his name until after he'd killed Charvetia.
Dahl conclusively proved Imani killed Charvetta Brown and tried to kill Elena Thompson. He pleads to murder and first-degree assault and is sent to
That's
prison.
good.
So he ends up doing a life sentence with a possibility of parole after 30 years. You know, if I'm still alive, I'll be at that parole board hearing, and we will, you know, make sure that he stays in.
Even more disturbing is the fact that Williams was very young when police believe he started killing.
And I feel like there was something in his wiring that was wrong, because we surmised, based on the evidence, that he killed Evelina LeBlanc when he was 14 years old.
Jay, do you want to meet at the park?
Imani was a juvenile back in 1994 when Evelina was murdered. It's the one case for which he can't be tried.
We can't prosecute him. He's outside
My daughter
the court.
tweaking.
Tried and convicted of this.
You got her in your mouth.
He would have been sent to the California Youth Authority.
I'm so upset with you, Zaria. You got your hair all done and cute, and then you want to fuck around and get it messy.
Mr. Williams, he was over.
I say, wash your hair, wash your hair. Don't get it wet.
Evelina LeBlanc's mother
And what you did?
the justice she deserves.
That Arlene was not going to be able to go into a courtroom and look him in the eye and speak whatever words she wanted to him, to confront him.
He left.
I was severely disappointed.
That's something we can overtake.
Okay.
We know who did it. We can actually close the books on that case. It was a big deal to me that this person was found. You know, I feel better. Not just for me, but for Arlene. I mean, just imagine what she's gone through all these years.
Arlene does find some solace in the prison term Imani is handed for his other monstrous crimes.
It was really like a weight that was, lifted. At least I know that he would not be able to hurt anyone else. At least he was, behind bars.
I can't give this family back.
I don't want no Takis.
I can't erase the pain.
Girl, I just said I don't want those damn Takis.
That little bit of closure. And that is the best part of my job.
For more information, go to OwnCA.
Aha! Cause bitches is weird and it's funny.
A murder so brutal, it is beyond imagination.
There were stab marks to the face.
Takis, that's all. Mommy, can I get some Takis? Mommy, can I get some Takis? And she get the spicy kind. This little girl will have a Taki and a water bottle and drink one whole water bottle and be on her third Taki. And that's for another water bottle. But they still keep going. I'm just like, bro, give it a break.
Can she bring him to justice before he kills again?
He says to her, let the torture begin.
I was scared to death.
Oh God, like what the hell? They put fucking kid cocaine in there or something?
I'm Honor Townsend, I'm a criminologist, and I'm going to be there talking in not one, not two, but 3 sessions. Book your tickets now and join me at CrimeCon UK, June 10th and 11th. See you there.
Big Papa.
A 45-minute drive from Los Angeles, California, lies the oceanside community of Sunset Beach.
3 things make it remarkable. That large stretch of sand, the wind is always blowing, and the sunsets are remarkable.
Ooh, every time I see these pictures, I want to smack this bitch.
For the laid-back residents of Sunset Beach,
I know. Dusty went to go eat his dusty-ass wife's Salmon and the dusty ass asparagus.
From an apartment building near the main drive.
Then it became a lot thicker smoke, and he ran over there and called 911. The fire department was very close by. They were there in a hurry.
He thought what the fuck he was saying supposed to like make me feel some type of way. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
Outside, and then when it was safe, they made entry
I don't give a
to
fuck
the apartment and to
about none of that.
the rest of the fire. When they did that, they observed the remains of a charged human being lying on a bed.
Horrified, firefighters quickly contact police.
We were in our vehicle when we received a page from our supervisor of the homicide bureau.
The seasoned
Like this morning, bro, he started this morning. He literally started this morning. I came on, I said, good morning, y'all. Da, 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 da. I got off, went to the store, ran some errands. I drove my kid to school just for the damn school to be closed. Drove back home, chilled out, and then got back on. And he was like, 5 hours later, you still on. I'm like, and? But when he was texting me, he was talking about, oh, I'm on my break.
doubly difficult the task of determining what happened here.
Because everything's black and charred and sort of a mess, and you have to look at it a little more carefully or differently.
Do y'all got Snapchat?
Before investigators catch sight of their victim.
Looking into the bedroom from the hallway, you could see it was completely...
Y'all, you see how small I was, bro? I was small.
Laying crosswise, and the legs from the knees down were hanging off the bed.
The body was just...
Ain't that crazy?
Beyond explanation.
More
Little girl, move.
Looks like a pillow was placed over his...
I appreciate it. I look healthier.
See all the damage initially, but once we took the pillow off, then we could see
Healthier.
around his neck.
The victim had clearly been murdered. Then the apartment set ablaze.
Well planned.
Damn, Jay's you on here? No?
Look.
Yes. What?
A closer examination of the body reveals the victim had been stabbed more than 18 times.
That was an accident.
Tragic.
Self-defense. It was an act of anger.
Who was the vicious killer, and what's their connection to the unidentifiable victim? Investigators hope the blood at the scene will provide some answers.
When you have stabbing crimes, obviously there's going to be blood. And if there's a lot of stabbing, then a lot of blood is shed. And blood's very slippery.
Thanks.
And it's probably perspiring, and if you don't have a good solid grip, the blade used will turn in your hand and cut yourself,
leaving blood from the murderer behind.
Get money.
Makes it to identify what blood, if any, belongs to the killer. But what about the rest of the blood? She finds a blood-stained towel in the sink in the ensuite bathroom and bags it for analysis. Then moves on to the kitchen.
Well, there wasn't as much fire damage in the kitchen, so it was easier to see the blood.
and you can see a little bit on the cabinetry and then also on the floor.
Have the investigators
Big Mama.
key piece of evidence? Blood left by the killer.
It was blood that had fallen with some slight velocity, which tells me someone cut themselves and went to the sink in the kitchen to wash themselves or to...
Big Mama.
It didn't seem like it would be the victim because with all of his slashes around the neck and
Big Mama. Hey, Big Mama.
somebody else.
Hirose carefully collects the samples.
I said the fuck. Just because I look like this does not mean not a damn thing. Okay, you feel me?
Mom, this is a model.
Well, victims are usually
Mommy.
identified.
Ronaldo.
Victim burned so badly, the hands.
Ronaldo. Yep, it is.
I want to leave Ronaldo to stay in my house for 3 days ago.
Girl, no.
The detectives are deeply concerned by what they learn.
there was a possibility that the victim was killed during a drug transaction going wrong.
Investigators are on the gruesome scene of what appears to be a homicide-related arson in Sunset Beach, California. Based on papers found in a room undamaged by the fire, police believe the murdered man is a resident of the apartment. Dental records confirm it.
Look at this.
The victim is being Robert Hogan.
A popular 29-year-old surfer.
I'm crying. I was at the old apartment when we were about to move, Jay.
Everybody that you talk about Robbie said he's a nice guy.
Injured in a bicycle accident, Robert Haugen got by on unemployment.
You remember this bucket?
But his close friend
This
David
bucket.
recalls Robert was
And that stupid ass bitch.
He had a magnetic personality. He drew people to it. I don't think
Stupid ass bitch.
to say a bad thing about Robert. I really don't. I know I couldn't. And as long as I knew him, I don't think I ever got mad at him. Ever.
But someone did. Now it's up to investigators to find out who.
We're looking for any
Stupid ass heifer.
indicate a motive or anything that would indicate a possible suspect.
Stupid ass heifer.
There didn't appear to be any signs of forced entry, such as pie marks or forcing him to be there.
Had Haugen willingly opened the door to his attacker? Or did the killer have a key?
Through the evidence, we had learned that the apartment was co-occupied by a female.
Could this roommate have had a hand in Robert's grisly murder?
In cases like this, everybody's a suspect.
Mom.
And then we go through a
Alright, y'all.
On the blanket.
Kill it.